The Mukbang Derangement. There was a time when judgment was imagined as something distant, thunder in the heavens, scales in unseen hands, a final reckoning beyond the horizon of life. But now judgment has changed its shape. It has come closer, quieter, more relentless. It lives in archives, in servers, in timelines that never forget. It lives in the eyes of those who come after us. We are the first generation to leave behind not just stories, but evidence. And so the old warnings, those ancient cautions about the 7 deadly sins, feel less like myth and more like prophecy misunderstood. Because the sins were never really about punishment from above. They were about consequence. About what happens when human behavior, unchecked, is exposed to the full view of others, especially those who must inherit the world we leave behind. Take gluttony. Once, it was a private indulgence. Now it is broadcast. A table groaning with excess, more food than a family could eat in days, consumed for spectacle. Laughter, exaggeration, performance. Millions watch. Some for entertainment. Some in disbelief. Some in quiet hunger. Somewhere else, someone watches with an emptiness that has nothing to do with curiosity. And the question forms, not in anger at first, but in confusion. Why is there so much here, and so little here? That question doesn't disappear. It hardens. It becomes judgment. Greed follows closely behind. Not just the desire to have, but the need to show. To display abundance as identity. Collections, halls, endless upgrades, proof of worth measured in accumulation. The internet became a showroom of lives curated to appear full, even when the fullness was hollow. But to someone with less, it doesn't read as success. It reads as imbalance. And imbalance, over time, feels like injustice. Lust, too, evolved. No longer confined to quiet temptation, it became currency, attention traded through bodies, intimacy flattened into content. Desire turned outward, amplified, algorithmically rewarded. But what was lost was the boundary between human connection and performance. And those watching, especially the young, learned quickly. To be seen is to be valued. To be desired is to exist. What does that do to a generation raised on reflection instead of reality? Pride became branding. Not the quiet dignity of self-worth, but the loud insistence of superiority. Look at me, it says, and see someone above you. But pride is fragile when it depends on an audience. And when that audience turns, as it always does, the fall is not gentle. The same crowd that lifts can also dismantle. Envy thrives in this environment. It always has, but never like this. Never with such access. To see, at any moment, what others have, what they appear to be, what you are not. It creates a silent erosion, comparison without context, longing without relief. And envy doesn't stay contained. It transforms. It becomes resentment. It becomes division. Wrath is no longer a moment of anger, it is a culture. Outrage cycles, call-outs, cancellations. People watched others rise through the very behaviors they now condemn, and when the fall comes, there is a strange satisfaction in it. But that satisfaction carries its own darkness. Because in tearing others down, something in us is revealed too. Then there is sloth, not just laziness, but disengagement. The quiet surrender of responsibility. Watching instead of acting. Consuming instead of creating. Knowing what is wrong, but choosing comfort over change. It is the softest sin, and perhaps the most dangerous. Because it allows all the others to continue. And so here we are. Not in a divine courtroom, but in a human one. A generational one. The children who grow up watching all of this, watching excess, performance, cruelty, indulgence, indifference, they will not need scripture to judge what they see. They will feel it. They will compare what they were given to what was shown. They will measure what was possible against what was done. They will ask why so much energy went into display, and so little into care. And their judgment will not be announced with trumpets. It will show in how they speak of us. How they rebuild or refuse to repeat what we normalized. Because in the end, God may not appear as a figure in the sky. It may appear as the undeniable pull toward what is good, what is fair, what is compassionate, an instinct that recoils at excess in the face of need, at cruelty in the face of vulnerability, at vanity in the face of suffering. That instinct does not forget. And neither does the record we are leaving behind. So the warning was never just do not sin. It was simpler. Harder. Be mindful of what you make visible. Because one day, someone with less comfort, less privilege, less protection will see it, and they will decide what it says about who we were. And whether we deserved the world we had.